Mga idol at kabayan, Pilipinas hindi papayagan na makaalis ang isang barko na nagmula pa sa Hong Kong at dumaong ng iligal sa San Felipe, Zambales. Sakay ng barkong ito ang nasa 7 mga Chinese national na may kadudadudang mga passport at seaman books at marami pang iba. Ayon sa National Intelligence Coordinating Agency o NICA, ang barkong MT Hyperline 988 ay isa na ngayong vessel of interest. Posibleng nagpanggap pa ito na barko ng Pilipinas dahil gumamit ito ng malaking watawat ng bansa. Yari kayo ngayon, ano kaya sa tingin niyo mga kabayan ang totoong pakay ng barkong ito sa Pilipinas? Aircraft carrier ng Amerika nagpatrol sa West Philippine Sea malapit sa Mindoro at Zambales. Pagdinig sa umano'y gentleman agreement, mga kongresista ng bansa nagula sa kanilang nadiskubre na sumang-ayon daw ang Aquino administration sa China na huwag i-repair ang BRP Sierra Madre LS-57 sa Ayungin Shoal.
Na wala pong gentleman's agreement, but there was an agreement in public of there was a policy not to repair the BRP Sierra Madre. That is quite a revelation for me, Mr. Chair.
That was not during our administration. It was the previous administration's policy.
Pilipinas hindi papayagan na makaalis ang isang barko na minamanduhan ng mga Chinese national na pumasok ng iligal sa bansa matapos mahuli ng Philippine Coast Guard ang kahinahinalang barko na may pangalang MT Hyperline 988 na dumaong sa Zambales na walang kaukulang permit. Ito ngayon ay isa na sa tinatawag na vessel of interest ng National Intelligence Coordinating Agency o NICA. Ayon sa tagapagsalita ng Philippine Coast Guard, kung inyong makikita, posibleng nagpanggap ito na barko ng Pilipinas dahil gumamit ito ng malaking watawat ng bansa. Ayon sa impormasyong lumabas, nagmula pa ang MT Hyperline 988 sa Hong Kong, sakay ng hindi bababa sa 7 Chinese nationals, kabilang na ang kapitan nito na kahinahinalang dumaong sa San Felipe, Zambales, kung saan kitang-kita na wala namang port o daungan doon. Dagdag pa ni Rear Admiral Armand Balelo, Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson, na nakitaan ito ng hindi bababa sa 26 hanggang 30 mga kakulangan ang nasabing barko na nagmula pa sa Hong Kong. Kabilang na dito ang mga questionabling mga passport at seaman's book ng mga sakay nito. Expire na rin ang safety certificates at marami pang iba. Kahit na ito ay matutugunan, hindi pa rin papayagan na makaalis ng Philippine Coast Guard ang barkong MT Hyperline 988 dahil ito ay may mga issue sa ilalim ng National Intelligence Coordinating Agency o NICA. Sinabi ng Philippine Coast Guard National Capital Region, Central Luzon, wala na sa kanila ang bola kung kailan papakawalan ang nasabing barko. Kahit na maayos at matugunan pa ang nasa 30 mga kakulangan, ayon sa Philippine Coast Guard, kailangan pa rin kumuha ng clearance ng MT Hyperline 988 sa National Intelligence Coordinating Agency ng Pilipinas. Walang alam ang Philippine Coast Guard kung bakit pinahold ng NICA ang kadudadudang barko na nagmula pa sa Hong Kong. Tanging NICA lamang ang makapagbibigay ng sagot kung bakit naging vessel of interest ngayon ang MT Hyperline 988. Kung kayo ang tatanungin mga kabayan, ano kaya ang nakita ng National Intelligence Coordinating Agency ng Pilipinas sa MT Hyperline 988 na sakay ang mga Chinese nationals? Sa ibang balita naman, matapos natin ipakita ang paglipad ng mga eroplano ng Amerika at Pilipinas sa himpapawid ng bansa, paano nangyari ito? Saan nanggaling ang mga eroplanong mandirigma ng Amerika? Para lang sa inyong kaalaman mga kabayan, bago matapos ang Balikatan 2024, lumapit ang pinakamalakas na armada ng Amerika sa Pilipinas. Kita sa isang larawan na kuha ng satellite na ang USS Theodore Roosevelt aircraft carrier ay nasa West Philippine Sea. Noong ika-7 ng Mayo taong kasalukuyan, lumapit ito sa gawing Mindoro. Noong ika-11 ng Mayo naman, ang USS Theodore Roosevelt aircraft carrier ay naglayag malapit sa Zambales sa West Philippine Sea. Kaya't ang paglipad ng puwersa ng Pilipinas at Amerika gamit ang mga eroplanong mandirigma nito sa West Philippine Sea ay hindi nagkataon lamang. Ito na ngayon ang bagong normal para sa dalawang magkaalyadong bansa upang mapalakas ang kanilang interoperability at masiguro ang seguridad ng Pilipinas. Sang-ayon ba kayo mga kabayan sa pagpapatrol ng Estados Unidos sa mga katubigang nasasakupan ng Pilipinas? Sa pag-umpisa ng hearing patungkol sa gentleman agreement, inihayag ng ilang kabinete ng dating administrasyon na sinunod lamang nila ang napagkasunduan ng dating Aquino administration sa China patungkol sa Ayungin Shoal. Aktual na video, panoorin.
At the time, wala pong gentleman, the testimony, the narration is I suppose showing na wala pong gentleman's agreement.
Wala, sir.
However po, we maintain the position of status quo. Supposedly na wala pong repair.
No repair whatsoever, but what was agreed upon, what was committed by the former defense secretary, that he will only deliver food and water to them.
I did not expect that there would be an admission po, no, that we really did withhold repairs from BRP Sierra Madre. I just assumed that there would be a denial of a gentleman's agreement. But this is, for me, shocking news. Nabanggit po ninyo, sir, na, through the Honorable Chairman, na meron pong commitment in 2013. Yun po yung naging basis of status quo. Would the good ES be in a position to elaborate po?
I cannot elaborate with particularity on the status. That's what I gathered when the decision came out 12 days after we assumed office. I was just asking around, what's the present status at Ayungin Shoals? Because I know there was a vessel there. And the information I gathered was that there was a previous commitment that food and water will be allowed to be shipped to the dilapidated vessel since 2013 po.
Mr. Chair, yung pag-gather po natin ng information na ito, is this based on official records from Malacanang or is this recounted by long-time officials there?
I got that source from one of the officials before. I cannot recall.
You mentioned certain names, personalities.
No. That was what I recalled when the decision came out 12 days after we assumed office. I was just asking around because I was not really familiar with the West Philippine Sea situation. We were there for only 12 days. The decision came out 12 days after we assumed office. So I was just asking around, what's the exact status of this? And then I read in another column, GMA at ito, as far as I recall, that there was a commitment by then Voltaire Garcia, that Voltaire Gasmin, that he promised the Chinese embassy that he will deliver only food and water to the Marines assigned at the vessel.
Mr. Chair, apologies. Back then, hindi pa po, this representation was not aware of the current events. Maybe no, ano po yung position ni Mr. Voltaire Gassin?
I think he was the Secretary of Defense during the time of President Aquino, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, upon finding out, Mr. Chair, a question again addressed to the good Executive Secretary. Upon finding out that there was this commitment, although not yet official, it was just off-the-cuff query from what we've gathered regarding, kasi bago naman po yung PCA ruling. What was the stance that was adopted by the administration? Did we continue to have supply missions?
Yan ang alam ko, may continuation yung ano na yan, because that was respected. We had to follow that, di ba?
We understand the position that there was a different administration, different direction with China, and that is not exactly the purview of the this inquiry. But I think we have determined already from the testimony, as confirmed also corroborated by the narration by former Secretary Lorenzana, na wala pong gentleman's agreement, but there was an agreement in public of there was a policy not to repair the BRP Sierra Madre. That is quite a revelation for me, Mr. Chair.
That was not during our administration. It was the previous administration's policy.
Yes, Mr. Chair. It was entered into in the administration of Pinoy, but it was maintained by the Duterte administration. Thank you for the clarification.